Vallabha Girivara Dhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Jasodana Jasodandana Brajajanaranjana Jamuna Tiravana Chari Jamuna Tiravana Chari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Radhi Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Radhi Jaya Vishnupad Paramahansa Satyasi Srimad Divine Grace Krishna Day. Bhishma Dev was a contemporary of Krishna. Bhishma Dev is, or was, one of the 12 great authorities called Mahajanas. Maybe you, some of you, I'm sure many of you, like Mahabharata. And there's a very nice passage in Mahabharata where the Pandavas are in the north country and they're in a mountainous range and they become very thirsty and they go to get water in the lake and 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Pandavas with Yudhisthira left, they're passed out. It looks like they're dead from drinking water because they were from this lake. Yudhisthira comes and he hears a voice, don't drink water from this lake until you answer my questions. So he pauses respectfully. And from the lake comes a yaksha, creature that was kind of frightening to look at. And one of the questions the yaksha wanted him to answer is a good question. Sometimes there are within the codes of the Vedas, it seems that there's conflicting instructions. Do this and do that, and don't do that and do this. So what to do when you get apparently conflicting instructions from the Vedas and what is proper conduct, what is dharma? Good question, because it happens. And the answer that Yudhisthira gave to the Yaksha, he got an A in his exam. Mahajano yena katasa panta. The path is to be understood through the Mahajans. Mahajans, Mahajanas, the great souls, great personalities. So who are those Mahajanas that we are to hear from and take as the final authority in whenever there's anything that needs fine discretion or fine discrimination? There's a list, those of you that like reading Srimad Bhagavatam, a list of the 12 Mahajans is provided by one of those 12 Mahajans. And that's Yamaraj is one of the 12. And he lists them when he's having a discussion with the Yamadutas. were checked by the Vishnu Dutas when they came to take his soul, the soul of Ajamila, away because he had been very sinful. But because Ajamila, during his childhood, had been attached to worship of Narayana, he was Brahmana by birth, but he just became corrupted by association of a prostitute. He became a bad fellow from a Brahmana, and he fell by bad association. But because of his previous life as a Brahmana, he named his youngest son from the prostitute. He had some sons. The youngest son was named Narayana. So when the Yamadutas came and he was panic stricken, he screamed for his son. What's this little toddling child going to do when death has come? But he called his son's name, Narayana, meaning his son. But he happened to also be the name of the Supreme Lord Narayana. And instantly the Vishnu Dutas came and checked the Yamadutas. Leave him alone. He's called Narayana. He's free from prarabdha karma. Anyway, it's a nice teaching. So the Vishnu Dutas stopped them, and the Yamadutas went back to Yamaraj. What was that? Who's ever stopped death before? Who are those guys? And are there two lords? Because that would be confusing. You can't be two lords. We thought, you're it. Death, that's it. Please help us understand. And then Yamaraj recited this verse. There are 12 great authorities. Dharmam is established by the Supreme Lord. Dharmam hi sakshat bhagavat pranitam. And there are great souls that understand Dharma, and they can find discernment between this and that when there's some confusion. And Bhishma Dev happens to be one of those. So that's a good way to think of Bhishma Dev. He's, besides grandfather Bhishma, grandfather of the Pandavas, Pitamaha, grandfather. He was a great personality in many, many, many ways for a long period of time. And he upheld truth. He lived by truth, and he spoke the truth, and he lived his life. He set a very nice standard by his words and by his actions. Great soul. So here, we'll have a little bit about his life. And he was the 8th son of Maharaj Shantanu, who at that time was an emperor of the world, very powerful king, and Ganga Devi. There's some backstory, but I'm not going to go into the backstory. Just he, Shantanu, became married to Ganga Devi. So he's very elevated and she's very elevated. And together they had 8 children. Those 8 children, we'll hear a little bit about those 8 children, but all 8 of those children were Vasus. So you may want to know what the Vasu or who was the Vasu. And the description of those Vasus is found in different places. Madhvacharya describes them. They're above the demigods. Demigods are controllers of the universe, controller the different departments within universal affairs. There's creation by Lord Brahma, and then each day of Brahma, there's different manus, and the manus have their administration. They look after the affairs of the creation. They give laws to mankind, and they look after the affairs during their reign as manu. Each manu has his set of demigods, their posts, and somebody occupies those posts. and the Vasus are above them. So they're important persons and very powerful. And they made a mistake. They made a big mistake. These 8 brothers were once on tour. This is a little history from Mahabharata. They were on tour in Mount Meru. And when they were passing through Mount Meru, they came across the ashram of Vishishta Muni, great sage, very powerful, etc. And they knew, the leader of them knew, this is the territory. You see the splendor of this territory because Vishishta Muni is here, doing his practices and austerities and worship. And along the way, the Vasus were with their wives, and they saw a Kamadhenu, a wish-fulfilling Kama Dhenu, wish-fulfilling cow. And one of the Vasus told his wife, it is said that one who drinks the milk of this Kamadhenu will live an exceptionally long time, just taking the milk from this cow. And his wife started to nag him. Sometimes wives do that. Mostly they don't do that. She started nagging her husband, one of the Vasus. Oh, I would like to. Can you get this cow for me? I'd like to give the cow to one of my dear friends. She and her husband, they're dear friends. Can you get the cow? Can you get the cow? Can you get the cow? And he was not inclined to do so because it's the property of a Brahmana. And the property of a Brahmana you don't touch. But she nagged and nagged, and so with the other 7 brothers, they stole the cow of Vishishta. Vishishta, being omniscient, immediately cursed them for stealing the property of a Brahmana. What does become my Kamadeva? You have to leave this celestial realm and take birth on earth. So there. And they heard that there was this curse for Vishishta. They went to Vishishta. Please be more lenient. Give us some reprieve. We didn't know what we were doing. Very good. Steal someone's property anyway. So he lessened their punishment, saying, this is a fit punishment for someone who's stolen the property of a Brahmana. So you will take birth on earth, but you can come back very quickly. Except the leader, the one that arranged the theft, he'll have to stay for a very long time on earth. One of the Vasus that became one of the 8 sons. So what happened was, lots of things happened. There's a meaning to his name. When in his childhood, he had a different name. His mother named him Deva, means vow. Deva, the strength of maintaining his vow like a Deva. And she, when they met each other, Santanu was walking along the shore of the Ganga, and he saw this celestial maiden, and it was love at first sight, and he requested. There's some backstory. His father, I'm getting ahead of myself. His father was Pratipa, and his father met Ganga Devi. He became very attracted to her, but he understood from her that she would become the wife Ganga Devi understood she would become the wife of his son. So when the father, Mahabharata is very involved in histories of people, when Patipa was elderly and wanted to turn the kingdom over to his son, Santanu, he told Santanu, "You're going to meet a young celestial lady. She's very, very beautiful. She's very, very qualified. None of that kind of thing. Just accept. She's going to become your wife." And then he went to the forest. So Santanu, when he met this celestial maiden, he understood this is what my father intended me to meet and to become my wife. So he asked for her hand in marriage. And she agreed on two conditions. Really good conditions, too. She was smart. He said, "You'll never disagree with me. Even if you disagree with me, you won't speak anything about it. You just accept it. When I say and do, it's okay. And you never speak any harsh words." He agreed. And then they, together, husband and wife, had 8 children. These 8 children were the 8 Vasus who were cursed by Vashishta to take birth on earth, and had this reprieve that they would be relieved of their sojourn on earth very, very soon. He, Vashishta, requested Gangadevi, "Can you be their mother?" So hearing from Vashishta, and then the Vasus themselves, could you more specific? When we're born, can you toss us in the Ganga? That way we drown, we can return to our celestial position. So she committed to Vashishta, she committed to the Vasus, she became the mother of the Vasus, Santanu became the father, and right after each of the children were born, she threw them in the Ganga. That was part of the request, explicit request, because there's a connection between Ganga and the celestial realm. So she threw them in the Ganga and then returned to their celestial realm as Vasus, 7 of them. But one of them had to stay. So when the 8th child was born, that was Bhima, his boyhood name was Devabrata. I have some images, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Well, it's okay. We'll see the images later. So when it came to the 8th child, it was just too much for Santanu. And he protested, "Please, don't kill this 8th child like you killed the other 7. He said, "That's it. You broke your word. I'm leaving." Poof. And where did she go? She went to the celestial realm because Ganga has credentials. She can travel anywhere she likes. She engaged 3 people in training him. One was Parashuram, his military guru. Learned all celestial weapons, how to use them, etc., etc. He was trained. His Dhanur guru was Parashuram. And his Shastra guru was both Vishishta and Brahaspati. So we've heard Vishishta's name already. Great, 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 powerful, powerful sage. He's one of the Sapta Rishis, etc. He's a special personality, very long-living personality, very, very elevated. But he trained Deva Vrata in scriptural teaching, everything in the Vedas. And Brahaspati, chief priest of the demigods. Ganga Devi had her credentials. She could move around in this higher realm. And she took her 8th son with her and had them as his teachers. No, his childhood name was Deva Vrata, but then he got a special name, its title, due to a situation that unfolded later. His father, pictured here, not here, the previous, his father is Santanu. His father developed some affection, more than affection. He fell in love with a fisherman's daughter. So he went to the father of the fisherman of his daughter. He went to the fisherman and asked for the hand of his daughter in marriage. I'm the emperor. My name is Santanu, and you have a nice daughter. She's very beautiful. She was very beautiful, celestial beauty, and I'd like to have her as my wife. And he said, no. What? I'm the emperor. You're a fisherman. Why are you saying no? Because my daughter got a benediction from Parashara Muni that her child would ascend to the royal throne. Her daughter, the fisherman's daughter, would ascend to the royal throne. A benediction given to her by Parashara Muni. So the answer is no. You already have a son, and by law, the eldest son becomes the next king. So thanks, but no thanks. You can't marry my daughter. And the king was smitten with love for the daughter of the fisherman, and so he went back to the royal palace, and he was not his normal self. His son, Deva Vrata, was his son, and Deva Vrata understood the sadness of his father, and he found out from the local people in the palace what was his sadness. The fisherman said, my daughter can't marry your father. So he, Devavrata, went to the fisherman. Please allow your daughter to marry my father. He said, no. I already told him no. The answer is still no. Why not? Because she has a benediction from Parashara Muni that her son will ascend to the royal throne. And you're already the firstborn son, so you will ascend to the royal throne. So the answer is no. Then he took a vow. Very well. I take a vow. I won't become the king. So now can my father marry your daughter? He said, no. Why not? And why not is because if you marry and you have a child before my daughter has a child with Santanu, then your son will become the next king, not my daughter's son. So the answer is no. So he said, okay, here's the second vow. The second vow, I'll never marry. And if I'll never marry and we maintain a celibate life, and so the father said, yes, my daughter can marry your father. A little involved. But his name from that point changed from Deva Vrata to Bhishma. And Bhishma literally translated means terrible vow, one of a terrible vow. And I think lifelong celibacy is a very nice vow. Personally, I like it. I don't find a problem with it. But, in his circumstance, he was of royal order, etc., etc., etc. And that was a big deal. But the sacrifice was for the sake of his father. His father was smitten with love for Satyavati. I'll not marry for the rest of my life. Not now I won't marry. Celibate for the rest of my life. Period. And then the son, now known as Bhishma instead of Devavrata, he went back and told Dad, guess what? What happened today? The fisherman said, yes, you can marry his daughter. And so they married. That's Santanu now married to Satyavati, and he gave a benediction to his son. Very important benediction to his son. I, I give you this benediction that you will never die unless you desire. Now, who can give that benediction? This means his father, Santanu, was a very powerful person. I mean, you could say anything, but that it carried weight. Until the end of his life, he didn't have to give up his body unless he chose to. That's very special. So that was a power invested in him from the strength of his vow and upholding his vow, because he was always true to his word. Now, a little bit of background. Here's, as you see in the lower right corner, this is Madhvacharya. And as some of you know, Madhvacharya wrote an elaborate commentary on the entire Mahabharata. And he has some things to say about the Vasus. Here's what Bhagavad Gita purport. This is chapter 10 Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 10 Bhagavad Gita is Opulences of the Absolute, Vibhuti Yoga, chapter 10. In one purport, Prabhupada writes about the Vasus. From Narayana, Indra is born. From Narayana, the 8 Vasus are born. From Narayana, the 11 Rudras are born. From Narayana, the 12 Adityas are born. This Narayana is an expansion of Krishna. That's quoting a Vedic statement in a purport. But the Vasus are from Narayana. Now, it leads ultimately because he's the original cause, and they're caused by the original cause. They have their mother and father, but he's the original father, the original cause. That's Bhagavad Gita purport. And here's Srimad Bhagavatam. The sons of Vasu were known as the 8 Vasus. Just hear their names. So here's the 8 names, 8 Vasus. From the Bhagavatam. And in Canto 7, in a purport, Madhvacharya is quoted, saying, there are 3 kinds of demigods. The Adityas, the sons of Aditi, Kashyapa and Aditi, are called the Adityas. They're devas. The Vasus and the Rudras, the expansions of Lord Shiva, beneath whom are the other demigods like the Maruts and Sadyas. So there's no pantheon of hierarchy amongst those in the celestial realm. And Vasu is a very important position. And Bhishma, before he was Bhishma, was one of those Vasus that was cursed by Vashishta. Here's a list. You can. I would recommend you look at the list on the right. Agni is one of the 8 Vasus, the god of fire. Interesting. One of them is a goddess, Prithvi. I'm pausing. Prithvi, goddess of earth. Vayu, the son of the father of Hanuman and so forth. Bhima, father of Bhima. Vayu, god of the wind. Antariksha, god of space. Aditya, sun god. Chandrama, the moon god. Nakshatra, god of the nakshatras. And then Yao, he's the luminous sky. Bhishma formerly was Yao. He was the one whose wife wanted him to steal the cow, and so he foolishly, henpecked husband, stole the cow along with the help of the other 7. And Vashishta, who lived in that forest area in Mount Meru, he was busy with his austerities and meditation. We mentioned this. and with his Kamadhenu who is able to do all kinds of sacrifices in worship of the personality of Godhead. Then the 8 Vasus were one day traveling in his forested area. They recognized and mentioned how wonderful the place was, and they understood why, because Vashishta is in this forest. And then they saw the Kamadhenu, and he, specifically Dyo, said to his wife, it's a very special Kamadhenu. One who drinks the milk of this Kamadhenu remains unchanged for 10,000 years. Phew. Not only this, a long time. So she became fascinated with the cow, wanted to give the cow to her friend Jitavati. And he said no, and she said yes. He said no, and she said yes. Finally, it was yes. So, with the help of the others, they kidnapped the cow, and the kidnapping of the cow is pictured here. Vashishta, being clairvoyant, he knew what was going on, and he cursed them to be born on earth, leave. And so he lessened their sentence. He said, however, the one that was the instigator of stealing the cow, he won't come back quickly. He'll live on earth for a long period of time, not marrying, no children, but man of kingly virtue. He'll know the essence of the scripture. He'll be an obedient servant of his father, but no female companion. So this is a nice painting. This is the 8 Vasus petitioning Ganga Devi, please become our mother, and when we're born, shortly after we're born, toss us in the river Ganga, and that by the river Ganga we can go back to our celestial position, except our one brother, Santanu. Now here's a little, there's much more detail that I'm not giving. So if your head is spinning already, I'm sorry. But, it's Mahabharata, so what do you do? Before he was Santanu, in his previous birth, he was a king in the line of Ikshvaku, named Mahavishya. This is Mahabharata, or some versions spell his name a little differently. Although he was an illustrious king in the Ikshvaku dynasty, he had this fascination for the heavenly realm. He did many yagyas and austerities and sacrifices to please Indra. Indra was pleased, and he gave him residence in Indraloka. So he attained the heavenly realm. One occasion, there was a big gathering, a big function in Brahmaloka, so they all went to Brahmaloka. And while there, Ganga Devi was also there in all of her celestial beauty. And as it so happened, there was a strong breeze, and it blew the garments of Ganga Devi in such a way that her body was exposed. And everyone looked away, the other celestials, except Mahavishya, and he was staring at her beauty. And there in Brahmaloka, Lord Brahma saw what he was doing and said, this is very bad. This behavior is unfitting. A resident of the heavenly realm, you should leave the heavenly realm, take birth on earth, and you'll return here after one lifetime. But he was given a privilege to select who he would take birth from. So he took birth, he selected Pratipa. On earth, Pratipa was a virtuous king. And as it so happened, the virtuous king Pratipa, along the bank of the Ganga, met Ganga Devi, and he became attracted to her too much. And King Pratipa blessed her to become his son's wife. His son, Pratipa had a son. The son became Santanu. And so when it became time for Pratipa to leave his kingdom and turn his kingdom over to his son, he informed his son, later on, you're going to meet a celestial woman. And just say yes. Don't ask her too many questions. Just say yes. Accept her as your wife when the time is right. So here's a painting showing the 8 Vasus riding horses. And his father told him that he would have one of these 8, he would meet celestial woman. And meanwhile, Ganga was that celestial woman who became the mother of these 8 Vasus. It's like story within a story within a story, but it's Mahabharata. So this is the story of Bhishma, but there's his father, Santanu, and his mother, Ganga. So Ganga and Santanu met. We already heard that. And Ganga was already told, Santanu's father told him, you're going to be the celestial, beautiful woman and marry her. It's foretold. Please say yes. So when he met Ganga, celestial character, beauty, etc., he knew that's who his father was speaking about, and his father gave him a very firm instruction to accept her as his queen. So when he approached her, she said yes, and I already indicated the condition. Never interfere with my acts, whether they're agreeable or not. Ladies, isn't that a good one? And you must never address me in harsh words. He agreed. His father had said, don't place conditions. She placed the conditions and accepted her conditions. So in course of time, all 8 of the Vasus were born as her children, with Santanu as the father. And one by one, the first 7 children, right after their birth, right in front of Santanu's eyes, she tossed the little babies into the river. Sounds cruel. But she knew what was going on. They're going to return back to the celestial realm. She was the instrument for the curse of Vishishta to play out. And then they returned back to their celestial realm, except for the one. And that one was the 8th Vasu, the one that actually kidnapped Vishishta's horse, or instigated it. So when her husband said, please don't do this, she said, that's it, I'm out of here. And she left. You violated your promise. See you later. They saw each other later. And I mentioned this. These are now the images from what I said. Vishishta and Brihaspati became the guru to teach Shastra to the son, Deva Vrata, she gave the name. Parashuram became his military instructor. And 32 years later, an event happened. Won't go into the event. But there was his son. He didn't know who his son was because he hadn't seen him for 32 years. And Ganga introduced, see him standing next to me? This is your son. I named him Devavrata. He's been trained in the ways just mentioned. He's a very, very qualified person. He'll be a very good next king. So he was to be the next king because he was the firstborn son of the king. 32 years later. Now he, the son, now known as Devavrata, but soon he's going to be known as Bhishma. He got the name Bhishma because he took this vow because his father, Santanu, wanted to marry Satyavati. This is Prabhupada's purport, Canto 9, Chapter 22, Satyavati was actually the daughter of Vipari Charu Basu in the womb of a fisher woman known as Matsya Garbha. Later, Satyavati was raised by a fisherman. So here's the backstory, a little bit, anyways. There was this Basu named Upari Chara, which means he had a chariot that can travel in space. So Upari Chara was his name, and he had a wife, and his wife named Girika, who were very attracted to one another. There's a detail that would take much longer to tell than we really have the time. But what happened was the seed of the father was not distributed in the womb of his wife, but the seed was kept on a leaf, and the semen was swallowed by a fish, and that fish named Matsya Garbha gave birth to two twins. Mahabharata, what can you do? The fish happened to be, it's a detail in Mahabharata, the fish happened to be an apsara who had been cursed for misconduct to take birth on earth as a fish. And it's that fish swallowed the semen of the king, or the Vasu named Upari Chara. And so in the body of the fish developed a male and a female child. A fisherman caught the fish around the time of the pregnancy, bearing the two children. When he caught the fish and opened up the fish, much to his surprise, there was a young boy and a young girl. He was shocked. So he went to the Upari Chara to disclose, look what I found inside the fish. And Upari Chara accepted the male child as his son, and eventually he became the heir to his throne. The girl that was in the womb of the body of the fish, he gave back to the fisherman. She had a body that smelled bad like a fish. So her name was Matsya Gandha. Gandha means fragrance. Matsya Gandha. She smelled like a fish. Fish don't smell so good. But that was her. But she was beautiful, celestial demeanor and everything, but just this bad smell. So what happened was the fisherman had this daughter, and he thought, I accept the daughter. She came out of a fish that I caught, but the king gave her back to me, so I'll raise her as my daughter. And he thought a very nice service for her would be to help carry people across the river Ganga. So she became a boatman or boatwoman. She conveyed people. She thought the day may come when she convey some sadhu, and she'll get some blessing from some sadhu, and her good fortune can be enhanced by getting blessings of a sadhu. And sure enough, that's what happened. What happened was, it's a detail, but Parashar Muni is the father of Vyasadeva, right? Parashar Muni, the author of Vishnu Purana, Parashar Muni, very celebrated person, very elevated person. He got in the Matsya Gandha's boat one day to cross the river, and he was doing his astrological calculation, and he determined as he was midway across the river, this exact moment is the time when an incarnation of the personality of Godhead is to appear. at this very moment. So he spoke to the boat woman, Matsyagandha, would you become the mother of an incarnation of the Supreme Lord? She said, well, wait a minute. We're not married. And he said, it's okay. You won't lose your virginity. Well, no one will know the difference. Well, we're right in the middle of the river. There's other boatmen around, and they'll see what we're doing and how this can work. He said, don't worry. I'll create an island that will be covered by fog and no one will see. Well, I'll be pregnant for some period of time and everyone will see that I'm pregnant. He said, don't worry. The pregnancy will end in a moment, and the child will be fully mature child. You don't have to raise a little baby. And she trusted Parashara Muni, so she, Matsyagandha, became the mother of Vyasadeva, and Parashara Muni became the father. They were born. He was born on an island, and therefore Dvaipayana, Dvipa means island. Dvaipayana Vyas, because his service was to divide the Vedas, so that's the Vyas part. Krishna, because he's an incarnation. So his full name, Krishna Dvaipayana Vyas, was born. And Parashara Muni was very obliged to her consenting to bear an incarnation of the Supreme Lord as her son with him as the father. And he gave her 2 benedictions. 1, this bad fishy smell of your body will change, like instantly. You'll have celestial fragrance that'll travel for miles. Wouldn't that be nice? Instead of, no, not a cosmetic, just it's going to change. And second, your offspring, sons born of you, will become the ruler of the world. I give this benediction to you, these 2 benedictions. So the daughter, Matsyagandha, went back and told Dad, guess what happened today in the boat? And he told her what happened. And he smelled this celestial fragrance, so he was convinced that she wasn't just telling a fib. And then the other part is, my daughter, her offspring, by Parashara Muni's benediction, will ascend to the throne of the king. So when Santanu came to ask for his daughter's hand in marriage, he said no, because Parashara said her son will become the king. Interesting? A little complicated. So here's that same image again. There's Bhishma Dev taking the vow. Look closely at the far left side. The other painting showed her a little differently, but there's Satyavati. There's the fisherman, and there's Bhishma Dev taking his vow. I shall not marry, and I shall not become the king. So please allow your daughter, this now fragrant, celestially beautiful daughter, to marry my father. Isn't that a nice story? And they all lived happily ever after. So here's the lineage. In the center, there's Satyavati and Santanu. They became married. And over on the far left, that's Ganga and Santanu. They had as a son Bhishma Dev, who never married, so we don't have any line coming from him. Satyavati married Santanu, his father, and they had two children, the elder and the younger. Chitrangada was the elder. He died in a battle, and so Vichitraviri became the next king. And there's more to the story, but I'll skip the more to the story. I mentioned this at the very, very beginning. Here it is again. Here's the verse spoken by Yamaraj listing the 12 Mahajans. We had this discussion about Mahajanayena Gata Sapanta from Mahabharata. So here they are. I'll say them slowly. Swayambhu Narada Shambhu, Lord Brahma, Narada, and Lord Shiva. Kumara Kapila Mano, Swayambhuva Manu, Prahlad Maharaj, Janaka Maharaj. Oh, I'm already in the next line. Kumara, four Kumaras, Lord Kapila, Swayambhuva Manu. That's Kumara Kapila Manu. Prahlada Janaka Bhishma. There's Bhishma's name. Bali Maharaj, Shukadev Goswami, and himself, Yamaraj. He's speaking, Yamaraj is speaking to the Yamadutas. These are the 12 great Mahajans, Bhishma Dev being one of them. And most celebrated towards the end of his life, many images are shown of grandfather Bhishma lying on his bed of arrows at the end of his life. And noticed in the painting who's there. There's the 5 Pandavas. Yudhishthira is at his holding his hand, that he's their grandfather. He grandfather Bhishma raised the 5 Pandavas in the absence of Pandu. Pandu died when they were 16, 15, and 14 years of age, just teenagers, and Bhishma raised them the rest of the time. He was the grandfather, literally, not just figuratively. Bhishma Dev knew well that Lord Krishna, who is pictured in this painting, standing near the head of grandfather Bhishma, he knew Krishna as the original Narayana. His, Bhishma's worshipable deity, was four-handed Narayana, but he knew the four-handed Narayana is a plenary expansion of Lord Krishna. Indirectly, he desired Lord Sri Krishna to manifest himself in his four-handed feature of Narayana. So the painting shows him like that. And they're on the battlefield, and the wonderful section. I encourage you to look at it before or during the Bhishma Panchaka that's coming up very soon. The final day of Bhishma Panchaka is the Purnima. It marks the beginning of the next month, the end of this month of Kartik, Purnima. And you count back 5, that's Pancha. It's Ekadasi. Starts on next Ekadasi, very soon. Ekadasi, Dwadasi, Trayodasi, Chaturdasi, Purnima. 5 days. And it's a special time in our Vaishnava calendar for honoring grandfather Bhishma. That's why I'm doing that this evening. Honoring grandfather Bhishma and accepting some austerity. One of the ways that we celebrate Bhishma Panchaka is some, in addition to whatever it is that you already do, some minimizing on the material and increasing on the spiritual side. And if the reason for it is it's auspicious time, there are many Ekadasis are auspicious times, but this is another auspicious time, Bhishma Panchaka. And you can look it up on the internet if you like. It gives you lots of scary things about what some people do for Bhishma Panchaka. But just something, consider something in honor of this auspicious period of time. Last slide. There's Bhishma fighting against Arjuna. As a great fighter in the battle of Kurukshetra, he, Bhishma, was relishing the relation of Krishna in chivalrous humor, meaning he was in the mood of servant of Krishna, but he knew that Krishna liked combat. So he gave him a tussle. Prabhupada says sometimes kings, they keep in their court a wrestler. because they like getting thrashed by a powerful wrestler. Serious business. But it's service. And Bhishma understood it's a rasa service. The fighting was an exchange of transcendental pleasure between Lord Krishna and Bhishma Dev. The Lord is perfectly happy with the wounds caused by the sharpened arrows of Bhishma Dev. The throwing of sharp arrows at the transcendental body of the Lord is as good as the worship of another devotee who throws soft roses upon him. Chivalrous rasa as a secondary rasa that augments or is stimulated by what Bhishma Dev was doing, Krishna liked. And Bhishma Dev liked. And that's their relationship, loving relationship, completely Krishna conscious. Read that section, Canto 1, Chapter 9, and you'll be happy you did. In memory of Lord Krishna and his wonderful devotee, Bhishma Dev. That's it for this evening. Srila Prabhupada ki, Grandfather Bhishma ki, or Premanandi.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much for your wonderful class. So, what Maharaj mentioned, the Ekadashi that starts the Bhishma Panchaka is on Tuesday. So, it starts on Tuesday and Bhishma Panchaka ends on a Friday. So, you can do some more austerities during that time. The next part of our program will be the Prasadam, and then we will have more Kirtan starting at 7 to 8. Thank you so much. Yeah. So at 7:30 we'll be singing the Damodar Ashtakam. This is the last Sunday for the Damodar Ashtakam. Kartik month ends on Friday. So this will be the last time you will be hearing in the Sunday feast. So please do come at 7:30. 7:30 p.m. we'll start the Damodar Ashtakam.
Yeah. Is this that? Oh yeah. Okay. Nama, Nama. Oh, wait. Actually, can I start from here? This one. Can I do this one? Like this? Yeah. Can I do it from here? Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Bhakti Vedanta Swami Eti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshakarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. It is Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Kishore Kishori Jaya Kishore Kishori Jaya Kishore Kishori Jaya Kishore Kishori Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. We will now start with Damodar Ashtam and offer ghee lamp to the deities. Please make two lines. Mataji's on the other side and Prabhu's here. Please offer the lamp to the deities on the altar and not to the diorama over there. Okay? Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
So Hare Krishna. Today is the last Sunday that we're gonna do this together. So I want to invite you, as you offer, also to come closer and sing with your heart for the glories of Shri Krishna, Shri Damodar, Shri Radha Damodar. Nama Nishwaran Sachid Anandarupan Lasa Kundalan Gokule Brajamanan. Sit here. Swaram Sachid. Namamishwaram Sachit Anandarupan Lasakundalan Gokule Brajamanam. Jashoda Vijo Lukala Davamanam. Jasoda Vijo Lukala Davamanam. Paramristan Atyantato Druta Gopya. Paramristan Atyantato Drutya Gopya.
Paramrishtamatyanta Drityago
Namamishwaram Satchidananda Rupan Lasakundalango Kule Brajamana.
Namamishwaram Sachidananda Rupam Lasakundalam Gokule Brajamana
Udanta Muhurnetra Jugma Mrijantam Karam Bhoja Jugmena Shatankanetram. Muhushwashakam Patire Kankakanta. Muhushwashakam Patire Kankakanta. Itagraiva Damodaram Bhakti Bhadam.
Itagraivam Damodaram Bhakti Bhadam
Itagraiva Damodaram Bhakti Bhadam.
Itagraivam Damodaram Bhakti Bhadam
Namamishwaram Satchidananda Rupan Lasakundalango Kule Brajamana.
Namamishwaram Sachidananda Rupam Rasakundalam Gokule Brajamana
Iti Drikshwalila Pirananda Kunde Swagoshani Majantam Akya Bhajantam.
Iti Vikhalila Bhirananda Kunde Sagosham Nimajanta Makyapayantam
Iti Drikshwalila Bhir Ananda Kunde Swagoshani Majantam Akya Bhajantam.
Iti Vikhalila Bhirananda Kunde Sagosham Nimajanta Makyapayantam
Tadi Sita Gesur Bhaktar Gita Tvam.
Tadi Sita Gishu Bhakta
Tadi Sita Gesur Bhaktar Gita Tvam.
Tadi Sita Gishu Bhakta
Puna Premata Tam Sata Vritti Bhante.
Una Premata Sam Shata Vritti Bande
Puna Premata Tam Sata Vritti Bhante.
Una Premata Sam Shata Vritti Bande
Namamishwaram Satchidananda Rupan Lasakundalango Kule Brajamana.
Namamishwaram Sachidananda Rupam Rasakundalam
Idante Mukham Boja No Barandeva Mokshana Moksham Badimba Nachanya Brineham Bare Sharapiha.
Param Deva Moksha Natanya Pune ambare jagati.
Idante va purnata gopala bhalam.
Purnata gopala bala.
Idante va purnata gopala bhalam.
Idante va purnata gopala bala.
Sadami manasya virastanti nanyay.
Sada me manasya virasam ki manye.
Sadami manasya virastanti nanyay.
Sada me manasya virasam ki manye.
Namamishwaram Satchidananda Rupam Lasakundalango Kule Brajamana.
Namamishwaram Sachidananda Rupam
Damodar.
Lasakundalam Gokule Brajamana.
Idante Mukham Bhojanatyanta Nilay Sritam Kuntalay Srita Ratascha Gopya.
Vitam Kundalai Snikara Tasha Gopya.
Moho Chumbitam Bimbarakta Dadame.
Uchumbitam Bimbara Kadaram.
Moho Chumbitam Bimbarakta Dadame.
Uchumbitam Bimbara Kadaram.
Manasya Virastanalam Lakshalabhai. Manasya Virastanalam Lakshalabhai. Namo Deva Damodarananta Vishino Prashida Prabho Dukha Jaglavimagnam. Namadeva Damodarananta Vishino Prashida Prabho Dukha Jaglavimagnam. Kripa Dristri Vristyaditi Nambatanu. Kripa Dristri Vristyaditi Nambatanu. Grihane Samanagya Edyakshidriksha. Grihane Samanagya Edyakshidriksha. Namo Deva Damodarananta Vishino Prasida Prabho Dukha Jaglavimagnam. Kubera Majobadha Murtyaiva Jadvat Twaja Mochitao Bhakti Bhajao Kritao Cha. Tata Prema Bhaktim Swakam Me Prajacha. Tata Prema Bhaktim Swakam Me Prajacha. Namokshe Graho Mesti Damodareha. Namokshe Graho Mesti Damodareha. Namatestu Damne Spuradipti Damne Twadijodarajatta Vishwasa Damne. Namastestu Damne Spuradipti Damne Twadijodarajatta Vishwasa Damne. Namo Radhika Jai Twadhi Jai Priya Jai. Namo Radhika Jai Twadi Jai Prija Jai. Namo Nantalila Jate Bhajatubhyam. Namo Nantalila Jate Bhajatubhyam. Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Sri Radhe. Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Sri Radhe. Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Sri Radhe. Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Sri Radhe. Shishi Radha Damodara ki Nama Om Vishnu Padhaja Krishna Presthaja Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Prabhupada. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirveshesha Sujabhadi Pashatya Deshatharine. Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Chaitanya
Prabhu
Nityananda Gadadhar
Srirasari Gaurabhakamanda.
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu
Nityananda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Chaitanya Nityananda Gadadhar Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Good here Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
A little louder everybody sing with your heart loud Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Rama Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya,
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya.
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 Radha Ramana Hari Govinda 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 Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala 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 Jaya Jaya.
Radha Ramana Hari Govinda 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 Jaya Jaya.
Radhe Govinda Jaya, Radhe Govinda.
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 Oh, Radhe Govinda Jaya, Radhe Govinda.
Radhe Govinda Jaya,
Radhe Govinda Jaya, Radhe Govinda.
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 Bolo Radhe Govinda Jaya, Radhe Govinda.
Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Kishor Kishori, Kishor Kishori Jaya, Kishor Kishori Jaya, Kishor Kishori.
Jaya Kishore Kishore Jaya, Kishore Jaya,
Jaya Kishor Kishori, Kishor Kishori, Kishor Kishori Jaya, Kishor Kishori.
Jaya
Kishore Kishori.
Jaya Kishore Jaya,
Jaya Radha Damodara, Radha Damodara, Sri Radhe.
Damodara Radha Damodara.
Jaya Radha Damodara, Radha Damodara, Sri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Damodara Damodara.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Mithai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Mithai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Shishi Radha Damodara Ki. Shishi Radha Damodara Ki. Shishi Radha Damodara Ki. Sri Sri Kishore Kishore Ki. Shishi Jagannath Sri Baladev Sumadra Maharani Ki. Sri Sri Gauranitai Ki. Srila Prabhupada Ki. Samaveta Bhatta Vrinda Ki. Nitai Gaura Premanande Hare Hare Bol. Thank you so much, everybody. Happy Kartik to everybody. And thank you for being here with us and participating in this most auspicious activity of performing Kirtan together. Sankirtan Jagya Ki Jai. Haribol.